Hi guys, it's Clarice and welcome to another Procreate video tutorial with me. This is part 2 of my roses series. If you missed the first part, which was where I showed you guys how to create these really cute swirly roses or watercolor-ish influence roses, that was the previous video to this. Part 2 is where we're going to be learning how to create these really nice leaves to go with it. So let's begin. If you're new to my channel, I just want to let you guys know that I do a lot of watercolor videos, so feel free to check that out. And Procreate is just something I dabble with on the side, so I kind of do mini Procreate videos as well, just to help people who want to do this on a hobby level. Alright, so like, subscribe, and definitely check them out, guys. And in the meantime, we're going to get started with these leaves. So I'm just going to create a leaf over here. I'm zooming in a bit, and we're going to create a new layer. And the first thing I'm going to do is making sure that I've got my green selected. I've selected a couple of greens here. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you want me to select, mention what the codes for the greens that I am using. And then I'm going to go into my brushes and I'm going to select, is it sketching? I believe it is. No, it's not sketching. It's calligraphy monoline. That's a decent enough brush, and I'm about like close to the end over here in terms of brush size, or feel free to choose what suits you. And I'm just going to go ahead and create the first leaf, which is just going to be a very basic shape. Actually, let's do a stem and a leaf this way. And then I'm just going to click the color and drag it into the leaf, and it fills it up. That's a quick way of doing that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is change my brush over to artistic and not artistic, painting and oriental brush. And for this, I'm going to make sure I've selected my slightly lighter green. I have my brush size all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see what I'm doing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add like an edge. I'm going to highlight like the edge of the leaf right here. And then I'm going to go in the center and do our little leaf vein. And then the rest of the detail on the leaf all the way to the top. And I'm just going to give a little bit of that onto the stem as well. And once I've done that, I'm going to select a white, and I'm going to go back in and get a little bit of the I believe it's turpentine right here. And again, making sure that it's very thin. I just want to underline some white hints in these areas here, almost kind of like a glistening shadow. Comments on Instagram are showing up. And once I've done that, now we're going to be blending in. So I'm going to click my blending tool and I'll select Oriental Brush again. And making sure that it's at the very bottom, I'm just going to go ahead and blend these in. And what it is supposed to do is give us that blending effect with this nice dreamy kind of look to it, which is kind of like the watercolor effect you would get if you were painting this in watercolor. So you can see, depending on the amount of pressure you use, depending on how many times you go over it, you can get some startling painting sort of effects. Yeah. So you can like really lighten the edges and make them look like nice and smooth. And then when it comes to the stem, you just need to be a little extra careful just so that it doesn't get too thick. But you're still kind of keeping with that whole effect. So again, just blend things in nicely. What I like to do is alternating by just kind of adding one blend onto each segment that these that the stems create, and then just going over it really to kind of perfect it a little bit more. So it requires a little bit of playing around. So definitely play around and kind of see what effect you get. But I love it. And then if you ever need to ever like go back and add some more color, I would just take the darker color, because sometimes it takes layers. Just go back, take the darker color, and go in with either, go in with the Oriental brush. Let's keep things simple. And then just kind of add that back in. Whatever detail you've kind of lost, add it back in. And it gives you, again, that nice painting, acrylic, watercolor effect, and it works. And if you need to rub off any of the edges, go to your eraser and then select Oriental. Eraser. Where's the eraser? Right there. And select Oriental or turpentine. Any of those would work. It gives you that hard edge. Increase the brush size ever so lightly. And you're keeping that organic feel to your painting, right? So you can see how I can get some of those like nice hard edges over here for the leaf. And there you go. That's how you create these really cute looking leaves to go with your nice artsy looking flowers. It takes a bit of getting used to, but I've given you guys the brushes that you need to use. So feel free to use those brushes that I've recommended. Play around, because it takes a little bit of playing around, because it all depends on brush strokes and pressure and all those kinds of things as well. And remember, you're not looking for perfection in these, because this is exactly like watercolor, like when we do it. Sometimes happy mistakes happen and it looks really great. So thanks guys for watching, and like I mentioned, make sure you show me your work on social media. I'd love to see your work on Instagram. My handle is HelloClariceG, and if you like this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Thanks guys, bye!